100%er in Black Ops 6 was fixed and is finally obtainable as of the Season 2 update, and today I want to run down a full comprehensive guide to all the challenges and any that may have you stumped. We're going to be touching on every single challenge needed for 100%, so I fully recognize this is a fairly niche video, but if you enjoy it, find it at all insightful, do me a huge favor, drop a like on it to help the video out, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 guides and other FPS coverage. Also, let me know if you'd like to see a Zombies 100%er guide. Might take some time, but I'd be down if you are. Anyways, let's get into it. Lots of challenges here to talk about. Sit back, relax, and let's get you to 100%er easy. So the first thing is a sort of baseline. What constitutes 100%er? Well, surprisingly, completing 100%er in Black Ops 6 does not require you to complete absolutely everything in the game's multiplayer experience. Things like Dark Ops challenges, mastery badges and their subsequent calling cards, as well as the hidden mastery of Optic Mastery in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, these things do not count towards, or rather against, your progress towards 100%er in multiplayer. Instead, the only things that you need to progress is the challenges in your barracks. So go to barracks, challenges, calling cards, and you'll see the categories of career, hardened, and prestige. And remember, Dark Ops does not count against your progress. So that fourth tab there, while it has a mastery of its own, it's not something you need to complete for 100%er. Instead, the three categories and their 102 total challenges are what you'll need to tackle on your way to 100%. So let's start with some of the easiest, your career challenges. A lot of these you can end up completing easily by just simply playing the game. In the category of boot camp, you have Action Hero, which you need to get 10 kills while or shortly after diving. The best way to speed up this process is to use the ergonomic grips for this if you don't have it completed already. Slipshot is to get 10 kills while sliding. Again, ergonomic grips help with this. Pocket Knife, you have to get 25 kills with a melee weapon. Stalking Prey, get 25 kills while crouched or prone. Communications Major, ping an enemy who is then killed shortly after 15 times. Fairly confident this also applies to pings from Tracker, so if you're going for challenges at the same time with a recon specialty, this is an easy one. And then Guerrilla Warfare, which tasks you with getting 10 kills using enemy weapons that you've picked up off the ground. So get a kill, pick up their weapon, and just try and do that, again, only 10 times, so not anything too crazy. The Elite Operator category has Top Dog as a challenge, which you have to win a match with the highest score of all players 25 times. This is fairly easy in things like Team Deathmatch or shorter modes like that, so not too crazy. Again, you'll get this one over time. Superior, you have to finish top 3 in matches with 8 or more players 50 times. Infiltrator, you have to earn a coast cleared medal 10 times, which is clearing the enemy objective zone of 2 or more defenders and then capturing it. That's something that can be done in like Hardpoint, Domination. Hardpoint's probably the easiest though, because multiple people will end up jumping on that point for you to get double kills. Clean House, you have to kill every enemy at least once in a life 5 times with a minimum of 4 enemies. Superstar, you have to win a team deathmatch, free-for-all, or search and destroy match with the most eliminations and highest elim to death ratio of all players. This truly just requires you to keep playing and doing well. I think team deathmatch was the easiest of these for me. Get a few streaks and you're probably going to end up with the most kills and highest eliminations ratio. Like if you get a chopper gunner or something like that, chances are that's going to really be able to help boost your elims to death ratio. And then movie star, you have to get featured in the best play 10 times. Again, just something that takes a little bit of time to do. Grizzled Veteran, this category, you have to get Eliminations Collector, which is 10,000 eliminations as a career. So that goes from when you start the game at the first point to whenever you end up putting it down for good. Chances are you're going to get this, and if you end up going for other challenges, obviously you start on that grind. 10,000 grand scheme of things is not a lot. Headshot Collector, you have to get 1,000 headshots, and if you don't have this yet, go for camos. This helps expedite this process by killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because, I mean, that's just 10 guns towards the gold camo grind at that point. Dark Matter requires roughly 3,300 headshots to acquire at minimum, so that's something that, again, you'll just pass in no time. Winner, you have to win 250 matches just to keep playing. Aggression, earn 500 assault medals, which is killing an enemy who is defending their objective. Again, just play objective modes, domination, hardpoint, stuff like that. Racked up is 1 million score, comes in time, and then dialed in is 500 score streak kills. This is one of the only ones I had left of the career challenges late into my grind, just because I predominantly used non-lethal streaks. This, if you get something like a UAV, hand cannon, and then a chopper gunner, or like a Hellstorm or something like that, that's easier to obtain, you can breeze through these pretty quick. Of course, if you end up getting the higher kill streaks, like the chopper gunner, dreadnought, and such, those are gonna get you 10 to 15 to 20 kills every single use, depending on the lobby. For me, I mostly ran Scout Pulse UAV and like a harp, so it was something that wasn't quite hard, it just, I made it longer than it had to be. So just know that if you're going for this, you're gonna need to get kills with kill streaks, and running non-lethals doesn't really help you out in the grand scheme of things for these longevity challenges, those endurance challenges. The Hardened challenges, this is where we start to amp up the difficulty a little bit, though honestly, a lot of these still relatively simple and some just take time to get. Your killer challenges are all relatively straightforward. Double killer, you have to earn 50 double kill medals. Triple kill, 25 triple kill medals. Fury kill, just 1 fury kill medal. Bloodthirsty killer, 5 kills without dying 50 times. Merciless killer, 10 kills without dying 10 times. And then Ruthless killer, getting 15 kills without dying just once. A lot of these, again, you're just getting by simply playing. A lot of these are also expedited if you end up playing hardcore. Double kills and triple kills, you will get those in absolutely no time playing hardcore face-off. And also, with these kind of things like the Fury killers and up, the grace period for what counts as double, triples, etc., all the way up to chain kills together is rather long compared to some games. I want to say it's like around 3 seconds you have in between kills before it restarts that chain. So it's not like you need to be going crazy 24/7 to complete these. The Humiliation challenges, this is where I'd say is the first category where you might find some of these challenging. Behind enemy lines, you have to perform a finishing move while disguised by the Sleeper Agent field upgrade 10 times. This one, honestly, annoying as ever. What's nice is that now, as of recording this, Gearhead is actually working properly. When I was attempting this, it was not, so I was not getting the doubling properties of the Sleeper Agent with Gearhead, making it much longer between charges. Best advice I can give for this one, activate it behind enemy lines. Like if you can get to a corner near an enemy spawn, that can help big time, because a lot of the times players will just run past, not check that you're an enemy because you are disguised, and then they'll just be oblivious to it. You can just run up behind them and start the finishing move. But you do run the risk of another player spawning in that same spot and seeing a finishing move and killing you. Other suggestions would be to attempt this on larger maps. Red Card, for example, was one where I found a decent bit of success because you'll have more space between you and potentially other enemies that could kill you during this. Stuns can also work to slow down speeds so you can get to them quicker and kind of take them out before they realize what's going on. But honestly, a lot of this came down to luck too, which is just going to take a little bit of time, some dumb luck, and be annoying, but you'll be able to get this one done. Tick, Tock, Boom, you have to stick 50 enemies with Semtex grenades. Just start hucking Semtex grenades. I think Gung Ho and Fast Hands can be beneficial to keep the speed of throwing them up. Danger Close also for extra grenades helps out tremendously, as does Quartermaster to replenish what you have on hand. I did a lot of these on Babylon Hardpoint at first, or Domination for my playthroughs, but if I were to do it again, I honestly think Stakeout is the easiest, and I'm not sure why I didn't do more of it here, but Stakeout for sure can be very quick with this. Another nice thing is that since this was updated with Season 2, is that the stick counts. That's what ends up crediting it, not necessarily the kill. So you don't have to get the kill with the stick like you did pre-Season 2. So if someone steals that kill after you stick them, or there's spawn protection or something, you'll still get credit. Next, you have My Attention. You have to get 25 turned on medals, which is killing an enemy who shot at you first from outside your view. This is one of those that will just take some time to complete, but to help, the Recon specialty for having all 3 Recon perks grants you an additional high alert ping on your HUD. That can then be helpful in securing this. Personally, most of mine came from recognizing another player would be in the certain area, like a UAV or something, and then just getting it in motion. So like getting a kill and immediately turning to see where another player would be. Captive Audience, you have to get a kill while using an enemy as a body shield 10 times. Again, Stakeout is the easiest for this. You can do it on any map, sure, but the time in which you hold the enemy captive, I personally don't think is long enough for most maps. So you have a short window to get these kills, and Stakeout, there's basically always going to be someone around you. From the Grave will require 25 Afterlife medals, which is killing an enemy after you died. This one, again, just takes time. No real tips for this, just start chucking frag grenades or trade kills, field upgrades like mines and other things. Those will help out, so it just takes a little bit of time. And then Bullseye, you have to get 100 kills with the Combat Axe. Honestly, if you have the ability to wait for this one, or you think you'll have other challenges to complete in the meantime, this challenge is absolutely the easiest to do in Infected. Just die off the rip and then start throwing combat axes. The beautiful part about this method is that it doesn't count for or against your KD, win-loss, score per minute, nothing like that. So if you're somebody that likes your stats, you don't have to tank your stats for something that might take a bit of precision and of course result in more deaths and things like that. If you can't wait, Stakeout 24/7, just get to chucking those bad boys with Danger Close and Quartermaster. It's close enough that you're probably going to get a few bank shots and some lucky throws, so that helps out as well. Your Going Ham challenges are ones that have some tough ones, but also not so much. The 4-piece dinner challenge tasks you with earning a quad feed medal, which is 4 uninterrupted kills in the kill feed. Honestly, I think I did these ones really early on in hardcore face-off, just doing camo challenges and rushing through an enemy spawn. Hot swap, you have to use 2 or more different weapons to earn a triple kill medal, 3 rapid kills or more, 5 different times. This was easiest in hardcore face-off, or I guess stakeout if you really want to accomplish it in a more singular location. This, just swap after kills and you'll likely find a free third somewhere to get a triple kill. Again, remembering that that grace period is genuinely pretty long in this game. Bang for the buck, you have to get 2 kills with a single piece of lethal equipment 10 times. Depending on when you go for this, it'll be easier to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, as there's other explosive-oriented challenges that you'll be able to do going for this, but just chuck them in objectives like domination or hardpoint kills. Honestly, I think a lot of the times hardcore hardpoint is a very good option for that. Redemption arc, you have to kill an enemy while in last stand from the morphine injector, then get another kill shortly after 5 times. And this one was updated with Season 2, so I feel like as of recording this, the actual requirements listed in-game in the menus isn't exactly accurate, but it is something that I finished this after Season 2's update, and it only required me to get the 5 kills bringing me back from last stand, not even having to get a secondary kill after that. So bear that in mind. Onslaught, you have to earn a double kill medal, 2 rapid kills or better against attackers or defenders in objective game modes 20 times. This one just takes a bit of time again, but just simply play the objective in modes like domination or hardpoint, you'll get it in no time. And then overwhelming force is earning 5 going hard medals, which is killing 4 or more enemies with a single player controlled score streak. This one can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. Streaks that count include the RCXD, Archangel Launcher, Hand Cannon, Hellstorm, AGR, the War Machine when it's introduced, the Chopper Gunner, and the Dreadnought. Honestly, the easiest you'll probably find are the Chopper Gunner and the Dreadnought, but of course can be done with any of those other ones. This one, again, just takes a little bit of time if you're not using a ton of lethal streaks. But that is your Hardened challenges, and now we start to get into the long laundry list of challenges in the Prestige Challenge section, which is 66 total challenges. These challenges are few and far in between. There are a few that are super easy, others that were agonizing and annoying, some of which that were and are now just changed to be super easy. So it's a very big mixed bag here at this. The only additional prerequisite for 100%er is that you must hit Prestige Master as you get new categories or Prestige challenges for Prestige 1 all the way through Master Prestige. There's 11 sets of 6 challenges, again, 66 in total to complete. Combat scenarios, Prestige 1, tasks you with On Point First, where you have to kill an enemy who shot you first while or shortly after diving 10 times. This can be done on any map with any weapon, but honestly, I would highly recommend using a shotgun with the ergonomic grip, getting a 1-pump hip fire potential, the fastest time to kill in the air, and just start diving everywhere towards enemies. But in face-off maps, it's the easiest because it's a lot more claustrophobic, tightly compact, and you're gonna see more of those engagements in those close quarter situations. Squint test, you have to earn a moonshot medal, which is killing an enemy that is 75 meters or further away. This, now after being changed a second time, it was first 250 meters at launch, then changed to 100 meters up until Season 2. This is actually pretty simple now. On screen is a location map of a handful of easy to access areas that you can get a kill at that distance with. Still probably preferred for a sniper or marksman, but apparently, and I can't verify this because I've already unlocked it, but apparently as of the Season 2 update, the ability to unlock this with something like a spring mine across the map or the Archangel rocket across the map can now count towards this again, but bear in mind that may be patched again soon. The Flowing Low challenge tasks you with earning 5 snaked medals, which is 2 rapid kills against enemies in different directions while on your stomach, back, or side. Honestly, for this being broken for the first 3 months of the game, mostly, it's actually stupid easy. I think Stakeout is the easiest for this one. You just gotta dive into the middle of either spawn apartment and you'll have players likely coming from either the kitchen or the bathroom spawns on one side or the balcony spawns on the other that you can pretty easily turn and burn. I did this in hardcore just to be extra safe and make sure it took only like 1 to 2 shots, but you can do it in regular core as well. I Got First is a challenge that requires 10 first blood medals, which you just have to get 10 first kills in the match. That is, again, something that takes a little bit of time. You'll probably do this with these. Hollywood, you have to earn an action shot medal, which is killing an enemy that was behind you after diving by spinning around to face that direction you dove from. Honestly, this one took some conscious effort and a little bit of luck to go for. Overall, not a hard challenge, just kind of a weirdly specific one. And then Banger, you have to earn 25 wall bang medals, which is killing an enemy with a bullet that penetrated a wall or other surface. The versatility challenges of Prestige 2, you have Deadeye, which you have to earn 25 one-shot, one-kill medals, which is an enemy that is one shot from a sniper or a marksman rifle. Personally, As less of a sniper in this game, obviously it's super easy to do, but I know that I got this one done in hardcore while I was ranking up my marksman rifles early on. So this was something that I completed very early and really only took like 25 kills total. Up close, you have to earn 75 point blank medals with a shotgun, killing an enemy at an extreme close range. Super easy in stakeout. Also, if you are master prestige, as of whenever you go for this, run ghost, ninja, and tracker perks so you can get credit for both this challenge and the hunt them down challenge, which requires 50 point blank kills with those specific perks equipped. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Brute force, using an LMG with a crossbar, underbarrel, and belt fed magazine attachment equipped, kill 5 enemies while defending an objective. Straightforward, just as mentioned, go in and play domination and hang on B flag as enemies push you. I think I did this one personally in stakeout and just kind of stayed in the apartment balconies in domination because people are absolutely going to try and rush mid there, so you're going to get those kills with these. Shredder, use an SMG with no stock and rapid fire attachments equipped, getting 75 hip fire kills. Again, very straightforward. Efficient, you have to use an assault rifle with an extended magazine attached while killing 5 enemies without reloading. The easiest way to do this is in hardcore. You can have a 45 round mag or so, and you'll get this done in less than a mag, probably like 35 rounds to spare or something like that, because hardcore, 1 to 2 shots depending on where you're at in terms of the map, but something that's very easy. And then backup plan, you have to get a kill with a primary weapon and a pistol in the same life 10 times. You can also work towards the full kit challenge from prestige 10 challenges if you want to throw in a melee in that combo of weaponry as well, but entirely up to you. Anytime, anywhere, your prestige 3 challenges task you with getting Wipeout, which is 50 Wipeout medals of clearing your objective of 2 or more enemies. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm remembering correctly, this is just literally any kills to get enemies off your objective. Fairly certain I did this one really early on while I was still progressing and just playing domination for this. I'd probably say 10v10 domination or a contested hardpoint is the best though, but again, you'll get this one in time. Defense, you have to kill 200 enemies that are assaulting, arming, or defusing an objective. Same thing. Just play domination, man. Easier than search for 200 armor defuse kills. Like, that's kind of crazy to think about doing exclusively there. Ambitious, you have to earn 25 forward position medals, quickly securing a hard point immediately after you own that last hard point. This one is super easy if you have a squad of players. I don't know if this counts in ranked, which is probably where you'd have the most communication, but this requires you to be on the next point and capture it the moment that it switches to the new one while your team was holding the last. One thing I'm not sure if it still happens or not, but was super annoying whenever I was going for this, is that if you had a teammate also on the hill with you, like there were 2 people ready to get that forward position medal, it would be a toss-up of who would get that forward position medal. You both wouldn't get it, or at least that's how it was whenever I was playing and going for this before the Season 2 updates. So play hardpoint and just start thinking ahead. Obviously, in the public matches, you do have those sort of next hardpoint 15-second countdowns or whatever it is, so you have the option to get there earlier and with good notice. So just start playing and going for that, trying to capture that consciously. Hot lead, you have to use a weapon with an FMJ attachment equipped, destroying 30 kill streaks. I did feel bad doing this one because it was kind of stealing streaks from people that were using launchers going for challenges, but especially now after the fix, you can start tagging them and letting teammates also shoot them down if you're going for them, and they are as well, where you should both get credit after the Season 2 update. Entrenched, you have to earn an Entrenched medal, which is killing 5 or more enemies without leaving your objective zone. I think I did this one while sitting on the hard point. In air control, you have to destroy 100 airborne score streaks, which counts like things like launchers. The 30 you have to do with a hot lead challenge. 2 birds with 1 stone there, which is definitely nice. So keep at it, just takes a little bit of time. And with the upcoming wild card that allows you to take a launcher in place of a melee, this will be something you can end up having the ability to take a primary, a secondary, and then a launcher without having to sacrifice your attachments. So you can truly do this more passively. Extreme Lethality, your prestige 4 challenges, you have triple Kaboom, which is earning 5 boom medals, killing 3 or more enemies with a single explosive from a lethal or field upgrade. This one is straightforward in requirement, just tough to nail in practice. The best ways that I found was hardcore 10v10 and surf for hardpoint or hardcore stakeout. But even that gets tough because you need half the enemy team in the kill in a hardcore stakeout match. Best bet is to take danger close and quartermaster, chuck grenades into a hardpoint or objective in hardcore. I like Semtex's for the fact of the quick fuse time to detonation, or I go with things like C4 kills for other prestige challenges, but something with a quick to detonate fuse timer so enemies can't really disperse once they see that come into the hard point. Explosive plays, you have to get 75 kills with lethal equipment or field upgrades that are assaulting, defending, arming, or defusing an objective. So frankly, this one just takes time, but again, play Domination. A lot of the times B flags will be contested in those smaller maps, and you can just throw grenades in there. It is something that will take a little bit of time, but not nearly as long as others. Hot Dog, you have to get 3 kills with Molotovs or Thermal grenades without dying. This one was changed to be easier, used to be 4, but Hardcore Stakeout is your friend for this one. Just throw them to cutoff lines and players will often run through it. Fun fact, if you die and get a kill after the fact, like as you respawn, that counts towards your next life and you'll have more of those lethals on hand. So you'll start at the 1 of the 3 done and still have like 2 lethals to throw in terms of those thermos or Molotovs. Triggered, you have to earn 3 rigged medals, which is killing 2 or more enemies on an objective with a delayed or manually triggered explosive. I did these with C4. I can't remember if this was changed or not, but delayed explosions should also include things like thermo grenades or drill charges, which drill charges are great for things like stakeout, domination, and you can also take out the knock challenge that is also in this category, which we'll get to in a second. But I completed this in 10v10 just because more people are often going to be stacking the objective like hardpoint, but you can do it in a number of different ways. Knock, you have to use a drill charge to kill an enemy that is behind a wall or surface 50 times. Honestly, just start chucking these bad boys, but I found them most effective on stakeout. Combo, you have to earn 20 combinatorial medals, which is finishing off an enemy with a lethal that is affected by your concussion, flashbang, or shock charge. This is absolutely the easiest in stakeout, and I'd say to run Tactical Expert, Quartermaster, and then chuck 2 tacticals for every lethal you throw. This will take a bit of time consciously going for it, but it's definitely easier grand scheme of things instead of just playing big maps and trying to do this. I started trying to do this on big maps, and man, was it a huge waste of time. Your Prestige 5 challenges: Forged to Kill, Steady Hand, you have to use a weapon with a lightweight foregrip attachment equipped while killing 25 enemies. Straightforward. Same with all of these, honestly. Wildfire, the Gung Ho perk, and Assault Grip, any laser and rapid fire attachments, getting 50 enemies shortly after sprinting. Acrobatic, you have to use dexterity and a laser, as well as the quick draw grip to get 50 kills while hip firing while diving or sliding. Headhunter, you have to use a weapon with a CHF barrel and muzzle brake attachments to get 25 headshots. Silent Killer, you have to get a suppressed attachment and the tracker and ninja perks equipped with 25 kills from behind. And Deep Focus, you have to use a weapon with a compensator muzzle and get 50 kills while holding your breath. So that being something like a marksman rifle with a scope or a sniper rifle. Again, I did that one also all in face-off, very easy and hardcore. Just basically 50 kills at that point. And then next, Prestige 6, your perks, the job challenges. Speed Demon, you have to get with the Enforcer specialty activated, keeping the kill bonus active across 2 or more kills 50 times. Basically just get 50 double kills or more with the Enforcer perks. Good Intel, you have to have the Recon specialty activated. You have to kill 75 enemies shortly after respawn that are revealed. I'd suggest Stakeout for this just because for proximity's sake, this is very easy to find enemies that are basically always there after you spawn. But this is also seemingly pretty forgiving after the recon nerf that happened in December-ish, so you shouldn't have too much an issue with this. Score Collector with the Strategist perk specialty activated, get 5 score streak kills in a single match 10 times. It's much easier now after the update. It was 10 in a match before, but honestly, something like a Hellstorm or a hand cannon are still super easy to get this thing done. Lower in score than some of the ones that will yield you a lot of kills, but still also very lethal to get you a handful that will count towards this. I also do believe this one compounds as well, or it did as of before Season 2 when I completed this. So if you end up getting 10, it counts for 2, and so on. Or did, again, when I was going for it. I ended up getting like 30 helo kills in a game, getting 2 chopper gunners, and it credited a few. Now, if only it was 5, as it is right now, back then, would have made even double progress. But anyways, on the go with Gung Ho, Fast Hands, and Double Time perks equipped, get 5 kills while moving without dying 10 times. Basically just be on the move. Then Field Work with Ghost, Engineer, and Gearhead perks equipped, destroy 50 score streaks, equipment, or field upgrades. Great to have that active while also working on your streak destroys from prior challenges. And Hunting Prey, you have to have Ninja, Tracker, and Vigilance perks equipped. You have to get 75 kills on enemies that you have pinged. Basically, whenever you have this equipped, just hold for a second while ADS before engaging because Tracker will auto-ping those enemies and it will count towards that. On to Prestige 7 we go. Let's Go tasks you with earning 25 Let's Go medals, which is killing 3 or more enemies while continuously affected by Warcry. This one takes some time and some conscious effort. Need Gearhead, I'd say, but I'd recommend 10v10 or Face Off just to get more engagements because the timing of Warcry doesn't last as long as you'd probably like it to. when going for this. Flex move ends up requiring 25 come at me medals, which is 3 or more enemies killed during a single use of the signal lure. Now this lasts a bit, so it's not too hard to get, but I did this in 10v10 to have more engagements, but also with larger maps in the mix. So you're not going to be wanting to be decimated like you would in Stakeout just because you want to be staying alive. You'll get a lot more 1v1 gunfights in 6v6 or even 10v10. So I found 10v10 to be the most advantageous. Also, I'd highly recommend, if you are Prestige Master, to use forward intel and attempt to use this while you have Scout Pulse, UAV, or a Harp up, so you can get credit for the It's a Trap challenge as well, where you have to get 50 kills with the signal lure active, but being able to see your enemies with the radar streaks. Deep cover tasks you with getting a kill or arming or defusing a bomb while disguised by the sleeper agent 10 times. Now, if you've not done this one just yet, be thankful. This was the most annoyingly tedious challenge to me earlier, since in Search, you have static spawns. So you don't get the first position to the bomb. You probably aren't going to get it off of each round you have the opportunity to. Pre-Season 2, Gearhead also didn't work properly, so it would take like 3 rounds of going crazy to get your first charge for this, and you'd rarely get 2 attempts at this in a game. Sometimes you also wouldn't get your first until the game was nearly over if you didn't perform well leading up to that point. And well, it was just a pain. Now, I'm not even kidding, you can get this done in a match or 2 because all it requires is kills. So someone at Treyarch must have heard my crash out talking about how dumb of a challenge this was to have it be the only challenge like this, and voila, it's easier. Just run Gearhead and get to running Sleeper Agent. Busted requires you to kill an enemy that is disguised by the Sleeper Agent 10 times. So the opposite side of that, you have to take down a Sleeper Agent. Honestly, this one, there's not a whole ton in terms of tips to give. It's just kind of pure random luck. I think now that Gearhead and the Deep Cover challenge is fixed, I've found more players using Sleeper Agent, but for context, pre-Season 2, this is the Prestige 7 challenge. So I was roughly like level 170 or so at the update, probably like 4 to 5 prestiges worth of trying to find someone. I had 8 credited through that entire time. So it takes time and is unfortunately a challenge that requires other players to do something, not so much you to master specifically. So for that, still a little bit of an annoying challenge, but anyways, I'm Back requires 5 instant karma medals, which is killing an enemy shortly after spawning from your tack insert. This I did on Nuketown with Gearhead and placed my tack inserts around the B flag location, somewhere open and out of the immediate view, but close enough to get back into the action, because I think you have like a 2-second window to earn that medal, which isn't a lot, but if you can draw an enemy to mid-map to kill you, you have a better chance of spawning in and immediately getting revenge. And Switchblade, you have to kill an enemy with a melee weapon shortly after damaging them with gunfire or affecting them with your tactical 10 times. This again is much easier now post Season 2, as they added the tactical criteria, so you can just stun or concuss them and then get the melee kill after that. You can do that very easily in Stakeout or something like that. It was much easier than pre-Season 2, where you had to gun butt them and then swap to your melee or do some sort of fire damage to them. That just added a kind of extra step to it. But anyways, the Lay Waste Prestige 8 challenges. The challenge of Clear requires 10 hard stop medals, which is using a player-controlled score streak to kill 2 enemies that were contesting a friendly objective. This one I think is much easier now that we're further in the year. When I attempted this and got this done way earlier in the year, I'm fairly certain only the Archangel was tracking for this one. But as mentioned, things like the hand cannon, the war machine, upcoming, and more help to clear that. So just go towards B flags or contested hardpoint locations and you'll get this one with ease. The Stunt Driver challenge requires 10 Kaboom medals, which is 2 or more enemies with a single RCXD. So double kills with the RCs, which this one, it doesn't seem hard, but good lord was it annoyingly tedious to me. I'm not sure if hardcore was a better option that I just didn't utilize properly, but this takes so much dumb luck to get double kill potential. 10v10 is always nice, hardpoint is as well, because you're going to have more congestion in one singular area, but just make sure you're running RCXDs and going for it. I think that I made it longer than I needed to because I don't really like RCXDs as a streak. Staying stationary to control it for mostly 1 kill at a time isn't necessarily my favorite. Like in the time of controlling that and getting 1 kill, I could probably get 2, 3, or 4 with my gun. But anyways, just make sure you're going for that consciously. Incoming requires 5 Raining Death medals, which is killing 3 or more enemies with the Hellstorm missile. This, I think 10v10 is the best bet on more open maps, just because you have a better chance of players being clustered together with, again, less sort of obstruction or area between players. Though with Hellstorm, you can use both the smaller rockets and the boosted rockets, so it shouldn't be that bad now. Ripped Up, you have to get 5 kills with the Chopper Gunner. That doesn't feel right to say, because it was, if I'm not mistaken, 10 Guns Blazing medals, which was previously 3 rapid kills, so you'd need 30 kills total just to get it. But now all you got to do is get 5 kills with the Chopper Gunner, which makes it super easy, basically a one and done thing. Special delivery, you have to get 5 kills with the Archangel Launcher that are assaulting, defending, arming, or defusing an objective. And again, I don't know if this is one of the ones that was adjusted, but it's straightforward. Just play objective modes and call it in when you see the notification of an objective being contested. And then Devastating Force, you have to get 5 kills with a Dreadnought. Again, just like Ripped Up, super easy now. Aces are wild, your Prestige 9 challenges. Armed and ready with Overkill wildcard and the Fast Hands perk equipped, you have to get a kill with 2 different primary weapons in the same life 100 times. This one, if I'm not mistaken, and unless it was changed, did not compound. So like if you got a swap 4 streak, 2 with each primary, it did not count towards 2 crediting to that challenge, which is super annoying. It might be changed now, but this one, I remember the biggest thing that I had to do when going for this was just straight up about longevity. It was an endurance challenge that I had to consciously think about doing this every time I respawned for 100 plus lives. Maxed out with Gunfighter wildcard equipped, get 300 kills with a weapon with 8 attachments. Easy and simple, just takes a little bit of time. Greedy with the perk Greed wildcard equipped, get 100 kills with the perk Combat Specialty active. Basically just 100 kills with 3 Enforcer, Recon, or Strategist perks. Super simple. Dazed and Deleted, you have to use the Tactical Expert wildcard and Tac Mask equipped. You have to get 25 kills on enemies that are stunned, shocked, detected, or blinded by your tactical. Again, straightforward, just a bit annoying because a lot of the times whenever I was going for this, you kind of thought you'd get the kill when they were stunned or whatever, but they could have already been out of that stunned state. So might take a little bit of time and might not track properly from what you think, but it is something that just takes a little bit of time to complete. Really dangerous, you have to use the Danger Close wildcard and get 2 kills with lethal equipment in the same life 15 times. This can go for double kills, like if you're going for prior explosive challenges, but also can be done with combat axes if you're confident in your aim there. And then area control with the Prepper wildcard equipped, you have to get 50 kills with or while aided by your field upgrade. And this one was finally fixed. Before Season 2, it was impossible to complete as listed because the criteria was not properly written. Previously, it said you had to use the Field Captain wildcard, which clearly that's not a wildcard that exists. But the easiest way possible is to use Gearhead and the Prepper wildcard, and if you're going for things still like deep cover and such, you'll be able to make progress with things like the Sleeper Agent equipped. Acoustic Amp is another one, or a Signal Lure that has a decent duration that can make it pretty easy to accomplish. Above and beyond your Prestige 10 challenges, Perfectly Cooked, you have to get 2 kills with a cooked frag grenade 10 times. Tedious and annoying, absolutely. No way around it. You have to use a frag grenade and cook it for a second and then get a double kill. Easiest way I found was either in hardcore or hardpoint, oftentimes hardcore hardpoint. Full kit, you have to get a kill with a primary, secondary, and melee weapon without dying 25 times. This, for the longest time, I believed was, and still may be, bugged in a good way to count score streak kills as well as primary and secondary kills. So if you're not a huge melee person, I'm pretty sure you can still end up getting things like a hand cannon or something like that, counting towards it and then getting kills with a primary and secondary, and it'll give you credit for that. Sharpshooter, you have to earn 10 one-shot, 1-kill medals with a sniper rifle or marksman rifle in a single match. Honestly, just play hardcore face-off and use the marksman rifle. You'll get this done in literally 1 match max. Found kills, you can get 5 kills with an enemy weapon without dying. So get a kill, pick up their weapon, and then get another 5 streak beyond that. 10v10 was super helpful in making this quick. Though one thing that I will say is that it's definitely something you can do by just picking up guns off the ground, but I actually do think that it does track whether it was a teammate or an enemy gun. So sometimes I thought that I ended up getting credit for it when I actually didn't, so just bear that in mind. Say hello, you have to earn a triple kill medal, 3 rapid kills, with all hipfire kills from an SMG or LMG, which in hardcore stakeout, that was the move for this. Again, you'll get this likely done in 1 match. And to the dome, you have to get 10 headshots with assault rifles or shotguns in a single match. For this, I'd recommend rifles and hardcore face-off with an optic like a 2 or 3 times that gives a bit more precision and something that offers a little bit of zoom. You can like take the rooftop on Warhead, for example, and get this done in a single match. And finally, your final category of perfectly tuned, your Master Prestige challenges. Hunt them down with Ghost, Ninja, and Tracker perks equipped, get 50 point blank kills. Nice part is they remove the requirement of having the acoustic amp active at the same time, so this is truly now as easy as running those perks, going into stakeout, and using a shotgun. I personally think so that you can end up getting a one-shot up close. It took me like 2 to 3 games. It's a Trap requires forward intel and the Signal Lure field upgrade active to get 50 kills on enemies detected by a radar ping, UAV, and HARP. A little tedious and takes a bit of time, as we mentioned, but I'd run Dispatcher and Gearhead and whatever strategist perk 1 you'd want for the bonus score, and of course perk Greed for the forward intel. That way you get your streaks real fast and real easy. Full Tilt, with the Enforcer perk specialty active, you have to get 10 kills while Warcry is active in a single match. This one, even after Gearhead has been fixed, can be a bit annoying if you're playing solo, but I'd run your 3 Enforcer perks for the specialty, then run Perk Greed for Gearhead if you're solo. If you're running in a squad, enlist the help of your friends if they're willing and able to make a similar build, and then have them give you the Warcry ability when they get it, and you'll be able to knock this one out with absolute ease. Hardened Fast, with Gung Ho, Dexterity, and Double Time perks equipped, earn a triple kill medal with a primary weapon while sprinting, jumping, sliding, or diving. Honestly, I think this one I got done when doing the on-the-go perks of the job challenge, but just keep moving and you've got this one. Silent Killer, with Bruiser, Ninja, and Cold-Blooded perks equipped, earn a triple kill medal with a melee weapon. And this one was finally fixed to show the proper criteria, which is nice, but just do this one and stake out. And finally, your last challenge of them all, Resourceful. You have to use Gearhead, Engineer, and Scavenger to get 4 kills with lethal equipment without dying. Combat Axe excluded in a life, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I got this one done kind of by accident. Like, I was running the perks to go for in the background, but I got a kill in a 5-man grenade on Skyline 10v10, so it was dumb luck that I got mine done. A lot of the times, that's what it's going to take. Honestly, I think the best ways would be to end up playing Hardpoint 10v10 or Hardcore 10v10 and surfing for Hardpoint again, just so you can end up getting those double kills, triple kills, or maybe even quad kills in one life, and then going back and getting another stab at it when you end up getting more lethals out of your ammo packs or anything like that. So that is all 102 challenges required for 100%er in Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And hopefully it gave you some tips here that can be beneficial and help you out. If you made it this far, you're an absolute legend. I'd be curious how many of you guys made it this far. If you have, comment spaghetti down below. But that is where we're going to wrap it up. I mean, obviously, we are super far into this video. Don't want to keep you too long with any sort of outro, but best of luck if you are going for 100%. It is a very tedious and long grind, but hey, that sense of accomplishment afterwards might be something that might be that dopamine hit you're really looking forward to, and once you get it, it'll be nice to be completely done with it. But that is where we're gonna wrap it up. Drop a like for the algorithm, and if you guys enjoyed this video, you found it at all insightful, this is one of the biggest videos we've done on the year, so it would mean the world to me. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more Black Ops 6 guides, and of course, if you want to see a Zombies or Warzone 100%er, let me know. We'll see if we can get on that kind of stuff. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.